My name is Heidi Hetzler. I'm a registered dietitian. I work for the University of Rhode Island as a community nutrition educator, and I'm here today to make a Southwestern black bean, corn, and mango salad. We bought most of our ingredients at Job Lot and then supplemented with a few fresh products, and we're going to throw this together for a great, low-cost, healthy, fresh summer meal. We're going to start out with quinoa. Quinoa is a whole grain, very high in protein, very high in vitamins and minerals, and comes from the Andes originally, so it's an ancient grain, we call it. It's been around for a really long time. Very, very healthy, and we're going to start out with 1.5 cups cooked. Now quinoa is great because it cooks really fast as opposed to some other whole grains. It's only going to cook in about 15 minutes. So we've already done that ahead of time, and here we have our 1.5 cups of cooked quinoa all ready to go. The next ingredient we're going to add is 1 can of black beans. Beans are a superfood. They're loaded with fiber, protein, very low in fat, and very high in vitamins and minerals. The only thing you want to remember about canned beans and canned vegetables in general is that you want to drain the liquid off and actually give them a rinse in cool water to get any of the extra salt off. And then all you have to do, I've already drained and rinsed these. I'm just going to put them right in my bowl. Great. All right, next I'm going to add, I have 1 cup of corn. You can use fresh corn if it's the summertime and you can get it right off the cob. I'm actually going to use frozen corn, would be my next best bet. And this adds really nice color, really nice crunch, and a little more vegetable to the dish. Alright, now we're going to jazz it up a little. I have 1 cup of chopped mango, so that's about 1 full ripe mango. All you need to do is peel it, dice it up into little pieces, and this is going to add some really nice sweetness and also some vitamin C to our dish. Okay. So next I have some diced red onion. This is going to add a really nice spark to our dish, also some really nice color. We're going to contrast with the yellow we already have with some nice purple. If you're making this for a crowd that doesn't like raw onion, you can absolutely leave this out. It's not going to make or break your recipe. Okay. Next I have 1/2 cup of chopped cilantro. One of my favorite herbs. Fresh herbs are a great way to add a lot of flavor without adding any extra salt or fat. And even better, if you grow cilantro in your garden or can get some at your local farmer's market, it's going to taste even fresher. So that's the base of our salad. As you can see, lots of nice color. We have some green, some purple, some yellow, some black, and the quinoa. And then now we just need to make our dressing. So I'm going to start with a fresh lime. Whenever you can start with fresh citrus, it's always going to be a little bit nicer. But you could also use bottled lime juice if that's what you have. So I'm going to juice this lime. If you're using the bottled, it's going to be about 3 tablespoons. And then I'm just going to add a few things. I have 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. I like to use the jarred. It's a little more convenient, but you can easily start from the clove and just dice it up. I have just 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we are adding a little salt, but we're also going to add a lot of spices because this is how we're going to add even more flavor without adding the extra sodium that Americans do not need in their diet. So here I have some ground cumin. This is one of my favorite spices. Really nice with for the Southwestern flair, for Mexican flavors. And then I have 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, right along the same lines. Going to give it a little bit of a kick without being too spicy. And then, as I always like to have in my salads, extra virgin olive oil. It's a very healthy fat. We call these heart-healthy fats that are in the extra virgin olive oil, and it's going to bring our salad all together. So we're going to use 1 tablespoon of that. All right, now we're just mixing this all up. We're pouring it over our salad, and then you're ready to go, just like that. So again, this is a super fresh, super healthy, really delicious summertime salad. Great for entertaining. You could throw a piece of grilled chicken or grilled fish on the side for a complete meal. And we made this whole dish right here for just over $4, so it's not going to break the bank either. Next, we're going to be making a Mediterranean pasta salad. This is another very delicious, very low cost, very healthy recipe, great for the summertime. And we're going to start out with whole wheat pasta. So here I have a nice bag of whole wheat pasta. We've already cooked ahead of time. Nobody wants to sit here and watch me make pasta. But whole grain pasta is a great choice. It has more fiber in it, so it's going to be healthy for your heart, and it's actually also going to fill you up more, so you don't have to eat as much of it to feel great. So here we just have, this is a half a bag of the pasta cooked up. My other ingredients, I started with some sun-dried tomatoes. We have this nice big bag of sun-dried tomatoes. All I had to do was take out a half cup of the tomatoes, put them in a bowl and cover them with warm water, and that's going to reconstitute them and make them a little more soft and delicious. So I've already done that, and I've diced them up. I'm going to put them right into my salad. Sun-dried tomatoes and tomatoes in general are a great source of vitamin C, and they also have something called lycopene, which is amazingly healthy for your heart as well. So there we have that. My next ingredient is a roasted red pepper. So these are a great thing to keep in your fridge for when you don't always have necessarily fresh produce around. You can just take out one of your peppers, dice it up, and add some great color, some nice vitamin C, and some nice flavor to any dish. So what I did was I just took out one roasted red pepper and I diced it up. I'm just going to mix it right in. Next I have artichoke hearts. These are, I have to say, one of my favorite foods. Absolutely delicious. They're going to add a really nice texture, a really nice flavor to your dish, and also add a little bit of fiber. So you can either use one 6-ounce jar, or I'm using half of a 12-ounce jar today, either way. And then the last thing I'm going to do for right now is add in some spinach. So we need a little bit of green in here. It's going to add some really nice freshness. So I just have some baby spinach. I'm just going to add 2 cups. There's 1. There's 2. And the good thing about this recipe is you don't really have to measure too closely in this part, because you can't go wrong with a salad. So this adds some nice red, some nice green. And now we're going to make our dressing. So our dressing is going to start with half of a fresh lemon. Fresh citrus is great. If you just have the bottle, that's also fine. You can substitute about 2 tablespoons of bottled lemon juice for the fresh. I'm also going to add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Again, these are our heart-healthy fats. Going to add a really nice flavor. This time we're going to add a little bit of fresh minced parsley. This is one of my favorite herbs. And then just a little black pepper, and we're going to be ready to go. So here we have it. It's colorful, it's healthy, most importantly, delicious, and it's ready to go. A serving of this along with a nice piece of grilled chicken and a nice spritzer made with 100% juice and seltzer, and you already have your summer cookout on a budget ready to go. Our last recipe today is a tropical salsa, and this is going to be a great dish that you could serve as a salsa with some whole grain or some reduced fat tortilla chips, or you can serve a little bit of it on top of a piece of grilled salmon, grilled fish, grilled chicken, anything like that. Very, very simple. We're going to start with a can of pineapple. I like to get the tidbits because they're already cut up and I don't have to do any cutting. And then 1 jar of mandarin oranges. You could also use other canned fruit that sounds good to you. You don't necessarily have to pick these. But now we're going to add a little bit of protein, a little bit of fiber with some black beans. Mix these together first. So as you can see, we already have some nice colors going on in here. And people don't necessarily think of chips and salsa as a healthy dish, but look at this, loaded with fruit, loaded with black beans. And if you pair it with some multigrain chips or low-fat chips, perfectly wonderful appetizer or snack. So to make it more of a salsa and to add a little bit of flavor, I'm going to do some lime juice, so 2 tablespoons. Again, fresh if you have it. If not, you can always do bottled. And then I have a 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro. So notice this salsa is not spicy, but if you like spice, you can use either fresh or jarred jalapeno peppers. Maybe start with 1, dice it up and throw it in. It'll add some really nice heat. And there you go, a nice big bowl. Be perfect for a summertime party. You can serve to your friends and family. So here are the 3 recipes that we made today with our job lot ingredients. As you can see right here, we have our Southwestern quinoa and black bean salad. And here we took a nice ancient grain like quinoa and we sauced it up with some really nice flavors. We have a Mediterranean pasta salad with sun-dried tomatoes, artichoke hearts, delicious, delicious fresh flavors. And then a tropical salsa with using canned pineapple and canned mandarin oranges that nobody at your summer feast is ever going to suspect came out of a can. So very, very healthy, very, very nutritious, tastes delicious, and also very low in cost. These were each made for just over $4 per recipe, and all using these great products. So here we have these 3 delicious recipes for your fancy and frugal entertaining.